Hello everyone. In 11th class, today we are going to start the next unit, that is a kinematics. Kinematics, we are having 4 parts, so let's start today with the uniform motion. The uniform motion means we will start the mechanics. The first we will start with the mechanics. The branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of material objects. Even means when we consider the motion of a material object is called the mechanics. Now it will be distributed, or it will be classified into the 3 parts. The first one is statics. Statics means it is a branch of physics which deals with the study of material object when they are in a rest position. We already physics is having a quality. Every topic name will suggest that, like statics means the rest position. Here we are discussing about the material objects. So material object when they are in a rest position, the branch of physics which deals with it, this is known as a statics. The next is a kinematics. The kinematics, it is a branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of material object without taking into account the factor which cause motion. Means we are discussing about the kinematics here. Kinematics means no things we will consider which will affect the motion of object. The third one is, that is a dynamics. It is a branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of object, taking into account the factors which cause motion, how the motion is produced, like the Newton's law, how the motion is produced. We are not discussing about this, so we will discuss about the kinematics here. The next topic is rest. Rest, how we can say that the rest position, if the object do not changes its position with respect to the time. With respect to the surrounding, means with the time is varying but the surrounding is not changing. Means we are sitting, let us take the example, I am sitting at the same position, means I am in a rest position, because the time is varying but my surrounding is the same. I am not changing my position, the time is not changing its position with respect to the surroundings. The motion, an object is said to be in a motion if it changes its position with respect to the time. Means if the position will be changing, then the person, the thing, the object will be in a motion. If the object or the thing will not changes its position, it is known as a rest position. Now rest and motion are the relative terms. How we can say that? If we will take the example, the person is sitting inside a car, the car is changing its position, this is in a motion, but I am sitting with respect to the car, means I am in a rest position but the car is in a motion. It means the rest and motion are the relative terms. We will take the another example. If we are sitting inside a car, the trees which are surrounding outside, they are in a rest position, but if we will see outside, we will feel that they are moving, they are in a motion. This represents that the rest and motion both are the relative terms. Now the types of motion, it is of a 3 type. One is a rectilinear or translatory, circular or rotatory, oscillatory or vibratory. Now what is the difference between rectilinear or translatory motion? What is the difference between circular and rotatory? What is the difference between oscillatory and vibratory? Rectilinear motion, rectilinear and translatory both are the same thing, but in a rectilinear position we will consider about a point mass object. Let us take the example. If we are considering a ground, a insect is moving on a floor in a ground, then the motion of a insect is a rectilinear motion. That is a rectilinear motion if we will consider the object is a point mass object, means very small object. The translatory, the car is moving on a road, that is a translatory motion because the car is not a small object. The second is circular. Circular, again the thing is same. If the small particle, the small mass object is moving, circulating, rotating, this is a circular motion. The rotatory, we are not saying that the earth is circulating around the sun, the earth is rotating around the sun, because the sun and the earth both are, we can say that the earth is not as a point mass object, it is not a point mass object. So the circular, it means we will consider about a small mass. Point mass, rotatory, we are considering about a not a point mass. Simultaneously, the oscillatory or vibratory motion. Vibratory, again if you will consider about a point mass object, then the vibration will be there. We are saying the molecules, the particles are vibrating at its point position, means the point mass object will be there. The vibrating motion, if we are not discussing about the vibration, then the oscillatory motion, the pendulum is oscillating, the our hand of a needle is oscillating, that is the oscillatory motion, that is a not a point mass object. The next is we are having, that is a point mass object. It means an object is considered as a point mass if during motion in a given time it covers distances much greater than its own size. We will consider a small thing, that is a point mass object. Now the frame of references, along it we are considering the 3 dimension, that is a 1 dimension, 2 dimension and 3 dimension. 1 dimension, if only one coordinate, we know that we already discussed in a junior classes, we are having a 3 coordinate, that is a x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. You can see it in the diagram, x, y and z. If we are discussing about only the 1 dimension, x-axis means the car is rotating on a road, that is a 1 dimensional motion. Only one coordinate is changing with respect to the time, is called 1 dimensional. 2D, if we will consider that 2 axes like x and y axis, we can take the example, an insect is moving on a floor, it is moving in a x and y axis, that is a 2D. 2 coordinates are changing with respect to time, is called 2 dimensional. 3D, if we are considering the 3 axes, we can take the example, the kite is flying in a sky. It means the 3 axes are using x, y and z. The 3 coordinates are changing with time, is called the 3-dimensional motion. You can see in a diagram, this is a p x y, because we are using x also, y also. Here we are using p x y z. X y z means the p point object is there when it is moving in a 3 dimension. The next topic is, that is a scalar quantities or scalar vector quantities or vectors. We already read in our junior classes, the scalar quantities are the quantities which are having only magnitude, no direction. For example, mass, length, time, distance. If we are saying we have to purchase the 5 kilogram apples, we are saying only the magnitude 5 kilogram. We are not saying it's a direction. So we are not providing with the direction, which are having only the magnitude, not the direction, are called the scalar quantity. Vector quantities, the physical quantities which are having magnitude as well as the direction, are called the vector quantities. For example, velocity, acceleration, force, etc. And to represent the vector quantities, we are putting a arrow on the part of it. Like force is a vector quantity, we are putting F arrow on the head of it. Acceleration, small a represent for the acceleration and the arrow on it that represented, this is a vector quantity. Thank you.